Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, we are zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vedanta Sara Sarvasvam ज्ञानम विज्ञानमेव च अहमात्मा निराकारः सर्वव्यापी स्वभावतः यो वै सर्वात्मको देवो निष्कलो गगनोपमः स्वभाव निर्मल शुद्धः स एवाहं न संशयः. Because of the upadhi or the conditioning, one appears to have become many. This is a simple rule. Appears to have become many. And these many are those who do not exist, because they are merely appearances. Now, the common example which I repeat shamelessly, and equally you also don't catch it. Both are at the same level. I have no shame in repeating. So, man is one. With the upadhi, with the conditioning, he becomes son, father, husband. So, yo vai sarvatmako devaha. Deva means the one who is illuminator. Dyotana devaha. So, the man alone is illuminating the sun. The same man is illuminating the husband. The same man is illuminating the father. So, sarvatmakaha. If the father dies, nothing happens to son. If the wife dies, nothing happens to the husband. If the son dies, nothing happens to the father. But if the man dies, they have no existence. Now, in this, what sadhana you have to do, tell me? No sadhana. Karnataka. So, yo vai sarvatmako devaha. The one which is supporting all the experiences of life. Like vision is the sarvatmaka deva for all the colors and forms. Mind is sarvatmaka deva for all the faculties, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas. I is the sarvatmaka deva for all the joy and sorrows. Life is the sarvatmaka deva for all the beings on the earth. So what is happening? Slowly we are discarding one upadhis. First, colors and forms discarded. Then all the objectivity discarded. We came to the subject, the respective sense organs. Then we discard the slavery of the sense organs. Then we come to the mind. Then we don't get carried away by the fancy of the mind. We come to the I. Then we don't get too much influenced by anything. Thus the I disappears. We come to the principle of life. Up to here is our sadhana. Hereafter, we do not fall in the category of the seeker. Hereafter, we are sucked by him. Therefore, yo vai sarvatmako devaha. Now, if we simply listen this musical, one of the reason one person asked, Swamiji, you are not very fond of music. I said, I am enjoying, but not in spiritual field. See, like just now we heard, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Child, yada. Shivoham, Shivoham. To whom are we cheating? Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes in Vivek Chudamani, Veena Vadana Saundaryam Bhuktaye Natu Muktaye. Music is a bhoga, it is not a yoga. You listen to most of the singers. They hardly pronounce any word as it should be, but they are all the ah, oo, ee, ah. And when the people clap them, then only they stop. Very chunari, re. People get tired and they clap. And this chunari wala, he thinks they are appreciating. No, enough. See, friends, it is so important for us to know that when we say Sarvo Yo Vai Sarvatmako Devaha, now I tell you how exactly it means. Once we are going by bus to Badrikedar. On our way, I normally sit in the last seat so that there is no jagda. I want to sit near the window. So they say, see, Swamiji is sitting on the last seat, so don't fight. This is how the technique is. So when I was sitting near the window at the last seat, nobody wants to come there. So there are many seats free. One girl came. She said, Swami, you tell me something. I said, look here, let's play something. Yes, what do I play? I said, I will say somebody's name loudly. Who is that boy? His name is Ashok. I said, very good. I will simply say Ashok loudly. Thereafter, in your ears, I will not say anything. Only lip movements. And then, like mad, you start laughing. And run away from myself and go and sit there. Then I said, watch yaar, watch. So we did that. And she ran laughing. Now this boy, how I started, I said, you know Ashok? And she started laughing. Now that Ashok name, the boy is so much identified with that name. He came, Swamiji, what did you tell her? I said, nothing. Why she was laughing? If you ask her, he went there. Why you are laughing? Who are you to ask me? I will laugh or I will cry. No, but what Swamiji told you? No, he didn't tell me anything. Again, Swamiji, why she was laughing? Now see what is happening. Yo vai sarvatmako devaha. Somebody tells you are a fool and we agree. Because we have so much identification with something finite that becomes I. So when you are identified with the man, then there are no problems. But when I give the examples of husband and wife, and if both of them are in the same lecture, and suppose I glorify the woman and condemn the husband, immediately the wife looks at me. Are Dumbo, I am talking about husband and wife, common noun, not proper noun. Yo vai sarvatmako devaha. So the man is sarvatmako devaha. And how is he? Nishkalaha. There are no kala in him. Kala means facets. Good son, bad son, good husband, worse husband. See? Then good father, bad father. No, man is man, neither good nor bad. Problems begin for the son, husband, and the father. Man has no problem. So, yo vai sarvatmako devaha nishkalaha, no kala. Moon is 17th. There are 16 kala. In Purusha Sukta, there are 16 kalas explained of Paramatma. Shodashopochar puja, therefore 16. So, Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, Dvadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, Purnima, full moon, and these are 15. 16 is Amavasya. Moon is 17th. So that 17th moon is 17th because we have counted earlier 16. The father, the husband, the son, and the man. So, man is what? Fourth. But is the man fourth? The man is the reality. Because of the conditionings of the father, wife, and husband, or anybody, he has become as if many. And who are miserable? These guys who do not exist, they are miserable. What can you do? You are looking into the waters and the water is shaking. Therefore, your reflection also looks shaking. Hurry, yaar, stop, you are tired. Hurry, yaar, you don't worry. That reflection, it may be appearing to be shaking, but it doesn't shake. Why? It doesn't exist. Like we can fish out the fish from the waters, can we take out the reflection from the water? No. Exactly the same way. All the relational experiences, they overpower us so much that we have forgotten our divine nature. Therefore, yo vai sarvatmako devaha nishkalaha. And how is he? Gaganopamaha. The Gaganopama means like the space. What is the space? Supports everything. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapaha, na shoshayati marutaha. Bhagavan says, enam, to this reality, the space, nainam chindanti shastrani. The swords cannot cut the space or Paramatma. The waters cannot wet it. The fire cannot burn it. The air cannot dry it. Is it not our experience? Red color doesn't make the eyes red. Yellow color doesn't make the eyes yellow. Green color doesn't make the eyes green. Blue color doesn't make the eyes. What sadhana we have to do? Actual spiritual practice is doing nothing. Thank God. We should have told it right in the beginning. We want to do this, we want to do that. And the biggest joke is meditation. Chalo, meditate kar. Let us meditate. Yo vai sarvatmako devaha nishkalaha gaganopamaha. We don't have to do, just recognize this. Like the vision is not disturbed by color and form, mind is not disturbed by the sense organs, eye is not disturbed by the likes and dislikes. So we are undisturbed reality. Then what will happen? Will the mirror ever avoid reflecting the fire? No, yaar, when the fire is reflected, I get burnt. No. Doesn't get influence. In fact, we don't get influence. And that is the reason so many satsang we hear. No fruits. No influence. That is our essential nature. So many Mahatmas may come and go. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha, Satchidananda Rupoham. देखो संतो. Therefore, यो वै सर्वात्मको देवो निष्कलो गगनोपमः स्वभाव निर्मलः. By default, we are pure. No mala. Impurity is in the form of following factors. Number one, sense of otherness is impurity. When I hold her hand, it is her hand I held. Oh, it is so dirty. Didn't you wash it? When I hold my own hand, do I get a feeling that I am holding something else? See? So that experience where sense of otherness becomes valid, that is samsara. And whenever something is recognized as something other than me, it is full of impurity. Impurity is in the form of likes and dislikes. Therefore, swabhava nirmalaha. Like the mirror is nirmala, undisturbed by anything. Therefore, shuddhaha. Shuddha means what? No attributes. Space doesn't have any attribute. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha do not contaminate the space. Gaganopamaha, swabhava nirmalaha, and therefore shuddhaha. Therefore, I am immaculate, pure, where the sense of otherness and the sense of limitation is absent. These two things we all experience in deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. In deep sleep, there is no sense of being limited. Otherwise, that husband who cannot dare look at his wife's eyes, how can he snore so loudly when they are sleeping together? Where from the courage comes? I am not your husband. See, friends, all the problems are only because of these two factors. Sense of limitation, born after body identification, and sense of otherness, the result of body identification. Therefore, the first spiritual practice or your meditation is work on this front. What it is like being other than the body. That is the first station to be conquered. Not how much I can sit in the one posture. Like many say, Swamiji, no, I can sit for meditation in one posture for half an hour. Now, what is my level of spirituality? Nothing. Nothing. Why? In Bharatvarsha, buffaloes sit for 8 hours on the road. If a mosquito comes and disturbs you, you get disturbed. Among our buffaloes, even if a truck comes, they look at the truck. So what? Do you have that ability? No. Nothing. See, friends, meditation, meditation, meditation. Don't get lost in that. Therefore, Swabhava Nirmala Shuddhaha. Without efforts, we are pure and uncontaminated. Without efforts. Wherever there are efforts, we are abnormal. And how do we know we are functioning without efforts? Be attentive. We are functioning without efforts when whatever you are supposed to do, you do it happily. See, friends. And whenever you do something as a burden, then you suffer in life. See? And how happily, as effortlessly as a healthy person breathes. In breathing, there are no efforts. Exactly the same way. Swabhava nirmala shuddha. Sa eva aham na samshayah. This is what is my essential nature, no doubt about it. This is what Bhagavan Shankara says. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina. This verse is attributed to the Avadhoota. Whether he is sitting for meditation, yogarato, ya bhogarato va, or he is indulging in the worldly things. Sangaratova, he is with a lot of people around him. Or Sangavihina, he is all by himself. It makes no difference. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam, because his mind is now dissolved in the Absolute. And what is the symptom of that? Nandati, Nandati, Nandati eva. He is ever hilariously happy. Yo vai sarvatmako devo nishkalo gaganopamaha swabhava nirmala shuddha sa evaham na samshayaha. Friends, knowledge happens now and here, not afterwards. Yes, now I understood. When I'll go home, then I'll do meditation, and then you will have doubt. Remember this principle. Everything happens only now. Everything. Nothing happened yesterday, nothing will happen tomorrow. So is the case of spiritual experience. If we have this notion, I will know the truth after I do meditation, then what we have understood, then it is the ghost of reality. Bhuta evo. That which is now and here is the only truth. Now and here means what? Here, space dissolves. Now, time dissolves. When time and space dissolves, nothing remains. Yo vai sarvatmako devo nishkalo gaganopamaha swabhava nirmala shuddha sa evaham na samshayaha. No doubt about it. We have no doubt about our own being. Are you there? Let me check here. I don't remember whether I am there. Continuing further. Ahameva vyayo nantaha shuddha vijnana vigraha sukham dukkham na janami katham kasyapi vartate. Aham eva avyayaha anantaha shuddha vijnana vigraha. Each and every word is enough to dissolve the three factors of the knowledge into one. Three factors of knowledge are known, knowledge, and knower. They disappear. What is that? Aham eva avyayaha. I am the one who has never changed, ever the same. Changes happen in our ability. Earlier, I used to lift 20 kg. Now I can't lift. The one who was lifting 20 kg and now the one who doesn't lift 20 kg, are they two or one? Common denominator. Aham eva avyayaha. We don't change. What changes is the prakriti. See? Earlier I used to hear properly, now I can't hear properly. Earlier I used to see properly, now I require glasses. See? Earlier I used to digest anything that I eat, Now, if I look at a heavy food, I get constipation. Looking, don't have to eat even. See? So, avyaya, which has never changed. Vyaya means expenditure, which has never changed. Everything has changed in life. We are ever the same. Ameva vyaya. To remain to this, one simple technique, I guarantee you, you will not do it. What is the technique? Don't talk about your past. फिर क्या बोले? Is it necessary to talk? See? The more we talk about our past, we give a status of reality to our somebody. But when you are in the utter present, you are nobody. Because who is the somebody? Somebody is a summation of the total past bodies. Therefore, this mantra I have given to all those whom I loved. The mantra is very simple. If you want, repeat. Put your right hand on your heart, not somebody else's heart. Repeat. May 22, 2024. May 22, 2024. May 22, 2024. Now your Diksha and mantra is over. Now, try to talk anything that you like which has not happened before this date. You always talk about the past. If you come in the utter present, you have nothing to talk. No efforts. If you have to go in your past, suppose we are asked, give a talk on the childhood of Vivekananda. What we'll do? We'll go to Google, collect information, prepare a lecture for 10 minutes. Okay. And then you go and give your lecture. It is over in 3 minutes. 7 minutes, you have to stand here. 10 minutes time, it can't be less. But then I don't, this is all I have prepared now. I don't have anything more than this. Okay, talk about your childhood. Will you go to Google? Then you start talking about your childhood to such an extent that we have to call the security to bundle you out. All that we talk is only with reference to the past. One of the most powerful spiritual practice. Therefore, when people ask us, Swamiji, where do you stay? Here only. There is no need to know anything about anybody in this world. Your mind will be free from the unnecessary garbage. Ahameva avyayaha. We have never changed, we are ever the same. There was one old man, he came probably in Chicago, I remember, many years before. His daughter was a doctor. So she called me, Swamiji, my father has come from India and I have shown to all doctors he is perfect. We must congratulate him for his health. But he is very disturbed. All your doctors are useless, they don't know anything. Therefore, Swamiji, if you can help him. I said, yes, my fee is food, fresh food, not from FFF. You know FFF? Fresh from fridge. No, taja khana bana. Okay, then I said first food, then anything else. Finish the food. Then I told her, you go now, I'll talk to your papa. Then I asked him, Papa, when you were young, that time, how many laddus you could eat? Oh, Swamiji, you have reminded me. I used to eat at least 10, 12 laddus. So fond of them. Now, oh, now I can hardly eat one. Okay, when you were young, how much weight you could lift? Maybe 10, 15 kilos. Now, 10, 15 gram is enough. Earlier, how much used to walk? Oh, I was a marathon person. To walk miles and miles. Now, from the bedroom to the toilet, I have to go in a wheelchair. So, all your faculties are becoming weak, is it not? Yes. His question was, when I was young, I used to remember everything. And he was a chartered accountant or whatever of L&T company. He used to tell, I used to remember the final data sheet, every column, how much. That was my memory. But now I forget. So that is my problem. Why I am forgetting? I told him, look here, like your physical are the instrument which they die in due time, memory is also an instrument. And it is a gift of God. Learn to forget. Forgetting the world is remembering God. Take money from somebody and forget. See the joy to you. That is what matters. All the time frustrated. See, I don't know. Very good. How does it matter? Don't forget to forget. See? So, ahameva avyaha anantaha. None of us have ever experienced our death. None. There is one girl, now she's a big lady. If she hears the word cockroach, she will jump out of her skin. She just can't even imagine cockroach is nearby. And we went to some zoo and all that in South Africa. And that big python, she said, yes, I want to take it. So she put it on her neck and all that, holding and photo and all that. And that time I said, hey, there is a cockroach. She jumped out of it. So, my God, python she can take, cockroach she cannot take. So I asked her, she said, when I was small, in my food, one cockroach fell. And I was just nearly eating. And when I saw that, it has given me such a shock. My mother told, had you eaten that cockroach, you would have died. From that time onward, word cockroach paralyzes me. Because of the earlier experience, this is the result. Do we have the experience of our death? Why we should be afraid? We are afraid because we see other bodies dying, and I am also a body. So if other bodies die, let it die. Is it good? See? With this understanding alone, we can lead spiritual life, not by mechanical thing. So ahameva avyaha anantaha shuddha vijnana vigraha. Friends, knowledge is never contaminated. Number one, knowledge can never be incomplete. Knowledge can never be destroyed. And without knowledge, no experience is possible. Gain and loss are only in knowledge. And this knowledge happens in the mind. And if the mind is not in tune with the divine, the mind will misunderstand and suffer. Therefore, Shuddha Vijnana Vigraha, meaning the one who is immaculate, pure knowledge, not contaminated by the contents. Sukham Dukkham na janami. Similarly, I don't know what is joy, what is sorrow, it has no meaning. Be very attentive. Experience of joy and sorrows is not the problem. Problem is when we create the experiencer. So when there is a joy, we jump out of our skin. Aha, I'm so happy. When there is a misery, we immediately start burrowing below the soil. Oh, I'm so miserable. Now be very attentive. There are two things. One thing, joy or sorrows come to us without choice. See, in our Vedanta society, there we spoke on this topic. Choice or no choice. What is going to come in front of us? No choice. How do we interact is our choice. And we are given choice. Like when earlier days when we used to come to or go to any country, they used to give a very long immigration form. Now they have dropped all those things. They even don't stamp your passport. So they will be giving a big form and so many questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 questions. And for every question, only two options, yes and no. Don't have to write a thesis. In the same manner, when we were entering this world, Brahmaji gave us a form, immigration form, and it was written there, Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. You are entering the miserable area called the world. Now question is asked, do you want to be miserable? Options are given, yes and no. Those who tick mark yes, Bhagwan will say tathastu, and all the miseries will be sent to you. Because you have opted. Friends, we are all miserable by our choices. You refuse to be miserable, even God cannot make you miserable. But if you cooperate with the misery, even a small child will make you miserable. And this can be achieved only through wisdom. There is no way. See? Suppose somebody dies. Then what is the wisdom? Wisdom is what? Wisdom is, yes, it should not have happened. It happened, but anyway, now let us work on what is to be done next. And as the time passes, the impact of the misery disappears. So time is the best healer for all that happens. Therefore, we should not lose ourselves so much. When they be so miserable, no. See, you play your role, what you have to do. Sukham dukkham na janami. Therefore, experiencing the joy and sorrows is one issue, and becoming joyful or miserable is another issue. Therefore, sukham dukkham na janami, katham kasyapi vartate. Then I don't know who becomes miserable. See? Before the marriage, the boy or the girl were very mad after each other, and out of that madness, they call it love, they get married. And thereafter, they start fighting with each other and then separate. They separate. Now, question is, who separated? Is the husband separated or the boy separated? And who was miserable? Husband, there is no entity. But we take that position as real. And therefore we suffer. Therefore, na janami kasam kasyapi vate. I don't know who is miserable here. In short, do not justify yourself being miserable. Kam dukkham na janami katham kasyapi vate. Wake up. We have to read next verse. न मानसम कर्म शुभा शुभम में न कायिकम कर्म शुभा शुभम में न वाचिकम कर्म शुभा शुभम में ज्ञानामृतम शुद्धमतीन्द्रियोहम. मानसम कर्म शुभ अशुभ. What are the good or bad karma done by the mind? Trying to think good about somebody or bad about somebody. So thinking good or bad is the karma done by the mind. Na kaikam karma shubha shubham me. Helping somebody shubha karma physically, or hurting somebody ashubha karma physically. Name, I have nothing to do with that. Na vachikam karma shubha shubham me. If the speech is talking good or bad about anything or anybody, it doesn't make any difference to me, because jnanamrutam shuddham atindriyoham, because I am immaculate bliss, knowledge, and beyond the limitations of all the sense organs. What is the manasam karma? Manasam karma is appreciation or depreciation. Somebody is good, somebody is bad, somebody is nice, somebody is not nice. This is all happening in the mind, sense organ, the intellect. We have nothing to do with that. And for that we gave you the mantra, Dekho suno mat bolo. Friend, the day you will catch this, you have done a great favor to yourself. What you have to catch? Where the knowledge happens, so you are seeing me. Where do you see me? Where I am or inside you? You are seeing inside. Okay. Now, after seeing any object, the knowledge of the object happens inside. After the object is seen or the knowledge of the object has happened, thereafter, what we do? We comment. Good, bad. Now, the comment is the reaction of what? It is the reaction of the mind. So, be extremely attentive. It's a very subtle point. When a thorn goes in our foot and we are unable to take out for whatever reason, and after 2-3 days, what will happen? There will be a reaction of the foreign body in the tissue of your foot. There will be swelling, pain, and it will become very tender, it will become reddish, and because of that painful experience, when you will walk like Kauva Chala Hamsaki Chal. Then the onlookers will say, hey, what's wrong with you? No, nothing wrong, no, but you are not walking normal. Maybe there is some pain. Let me see what is the pain. And then he sees that, hey, I think there is something has gone in your foot. Okay, then take it out. So he takes another thorn and takes out that thorn which has gone inside. Both the thorns are thrown away. Thereafter, what we have to do to bring the tissue back to the normal condition? Nothing. Tissue repairs itself. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, when any object enters the mind, that object is a foreign body. Think. And when a foreign body enters any tissue, there will be reaction. Reaction is painful. That reaction is called as a thought. Be very attentive. Thoughts cannot express without words. Try to think without using words. You cannot think. So, what is the speech? Speech is expression of mind. And therefore, when it is said, na vachikam karma shubha shubham me. So the speech is at the periphery of our personality. At the root of the speech is the thought. At the root of the thought is the mind. At the root of the mind is Chetana. At the root of the Chetana is Chaitanya. So when we talk with intentions, appreciation, depreciation, then somebody is sitting there. And when we snore, who is sitting there? Is snoring called a speech? Therefore, vachikam karma shubha shubham me na. I don't say good or bad to anything or anybody. I am far beyond it. And therefore, the wise people, they are living at the Pashyanti Vani, where speech and the object regarding the speech are not yet separated. In Pashyanti Vani, the thought and the object indicating the thought, they are not yet separated. One. All the great masters live at Pashyanti Vani. Therefore, whatever they say, it happens. We are living at a Vaikhari Vani. Vaikhari Vani is what? Where the word and the object of the word are separate. Mic is the word in my mouth, and mic is the object outside the mouth. We are in the waking experience. Dream experience, object and the word indicating the object, both are in the form of the thoughts. So we go on imagining, after this the food will come. I hope they should bring it before, Sometimes they bring it late. And yesterday's food was very hot. Today they should not. But it should not be without spices only. That is called as the Madhyama Vani, wherein we talk to ourselves, others cannot hear that. Such people think that they are sentimental. No, Swamiji, I am little sentimental. Means what? Preparation to become mental. Centimeter becomes a meter. Sentimental is a preparation to become mental. Both conditions are same. A sentimental person talks to himself or herself, but others cannot hear. A mental is a developed, improved edition. He talks to himself, but others also can hear. And when you go to Pashyanti Vani, there the word, the thought, the object, they are not yet separated. And therefore, if we stop unwanted talking, we will slowly migrate from Vaikhari to Madhyama, Madhyama to Pashyanti. Up to here is our journey. Rest of the thing, he takes care. And therefore, whatever things are happening through the mind, speech, or body, don't get involved unnecessarily. So, na manasam karma shubha shubham me, na kayikam karma shubha shubham me, na vachikam karma shubha shubham me. Why? Jnanamrutam shuddha matindriyoham. Because I am far beyond all the faculties, jnana, etc. Now, is it not natural? Again, the same example. When the eyes are seeing the Vigraha of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and the same eyes are seeing the filth on the road, are the eyes infected or glorified? When the lamp is or the bulb is in the temple or a toilet, Does it make any difference to the lamb? Exactly the same way. Stand apart from body, sense organs, mind, speech. How to stand apart? Dekho suno mat bolo. That old habit of commenting, evaluating, giving suggestions. And this is how the samsara begins. Therefore, invoke my Guru in your heart. My Guru is your children. You ask American children anything, they will be invoking first of all, Bhur Bhuvasaha. Hey, what's your program? E, Bhur Bhuvasaha. I don't know. This principle I learned from these kids. Remember one thing. In examination, we are given answer any one question out of 100. Meaning what? We are not obliged to answer every question. People may keep on asking anything. You don't have to answer every question. This is how the samsara expands. Don't want to know, don't want to tell anything to anybody. जब तक यहाँ है मौज में रहो बाकी भाई भाड़ में नवाचिकम कर्म शुभाशुभ में ज्ञानामृतम शुद्धम अतीन्द्रियोहम I am embodiment of knowledge, immortality, bliss, happiness. See, my friends, Jnanamritoham. 9th verse, Mano vai gaganakaram, Mano vai sarvato mukham, Manotitam manasarvam, Namana paramarthataha. This is the ultimate about your mind or meditation. Read English and then I'll tell you. Mano vai gaganakaram. Mind is like the space. Each and every word must carry a meaning in our understanding. Mano vai gaganakaram. Mind is like the space, meaning no shape, no size. Now don't go further. Work on this. So like the space supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. So let there be good thoughts, bad thoughts. चित्तवृत्ति निरोधा पता नहीं क्यों. Cry. Let there be thoughts. Who cares? See, friends, our struggle of spirituality is like what? My eyes should be open, but I should not see anything. Are? Eyes are meant for seeing. Mind is meant for thinking. Why stop the thinking? Mano vai gaganakaram. Then, like the mind, like the space supports everything, doesn't get influenced by anything. Is it not our condition? What is the influence of the world on the mind? A thought. Like I give example of the foreign body. How the foreign body enters the foot and creates an abscess, in the same manner, the world enters the mind, creates an abscess. Abscess on the mind is a thought. See, my friends, but we can understand it very easily that the thorn is a gross object, the foot is a gross object, it has entered, this we can understand. But how the world enters the mind? The entry of the world in the mind is like our entry in the mirror. How do we enter the mirror? Entry in the mirror is without entrance. In the same manner, when we give importance and value to anything in this world, that thing or being has entered our mind. See? And then the abscesses will form. And what are those abscesses? Thoughts. My mother, my father, my husband, my son, my daughter, these things, all are nothing but the abscesses bursting. मेरा लड़का ऐसा करता है. He doesn't want to get married. What a joy it is to recognize this. Such a simple principle. Whatever we have given importance, that becomes an issue for us in our life. How simple it is. You give importance to anything, that becomes the cause of your misery. Anything. Give importance to cleanliness, you will be most miserable. Because the world is full of dirty things. Wherever you go, why then come, lo jhadu haath mein. There was one student from Germany. He came to study Vedanta. And in the hostel he was staying. Some commode, some lower kind of toilets. And so many students coming from all walks of life and all that. Other servants also used to use that. So sometimes they don't clean this thing, that thing. This student came and asked me, Swamiji, I want to take your permission. For what? I want to take up the work of cleaning the toilets because they are so dirty. I said, okay, go ahead. No problem. Now, what for you have come here? To study Vedanta or to clean the toilets? So why this is? Because too much importance is given to anything that becomes the priority in our life. See? If the priority is that we should be such a fit instrument so that the divine can express through us, then what will be our lifestyle? Relax. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. We don't want to improve the world. The one manufacturer, he knows his job. Those who want to improve the world, they certify that the God, the creator, doesn't know how to create the world, and we want to improve that. The car manufacturer, he doesn't know. The boy working in a garage, he knows. See, friends, therefore, manovai gaganakaram. Mind is essentially absolutely undisturbed like the space. But when something enters in the mind, like the entry of an object in the mirror in the form of presence, without presence. See? The other day, one lady met me, I think in California or somewhere. She said, Swamiji, now I am, living happily with my son. So I understood. Then what happened to your work and all that? No, now we are all separated, our accounts and everything, we are separate. Then I said, may I ask you something because I want to learn. When you separated, divorce, tell me exactly what happened. Is he dead? No, we are sharing the same apartment. Then what happened? Where is husband? See, it's all in the mind. So earlier we have given importance, because of him I am miserable, therefore I want to divorce. So you divorce. Then what? Now legally I am not his wife, he is not my husband, but we stay as friends. Can there be more foolishness than this thing? Friends. It's all our mind's game. Manovai gaganakaram, manovai sarvato mukham. And with mind alone, all the experiences happen. Waking and dream experiences happen only in the mind. In deep sleep, the individual mind dissolves in the total mind. And therefore, in deep sleep, there is nobody. When this hall or the walls of this house are demolished, will the space from the house go and merge with the total space? Because of these walls, we talk the language inside the hall space and outside the hall space. Exactly. Because of the body identification, we talk about I am inside, you are outside. When we sleep together, both without body identification, then whether my feet are on your face or your hand is in my pocket, doesn't make it. Because individual mind has dissolved in the total mind. See, friends. And in total mind, there is nobody. But the life continues. See, friends. So, manovai gaganakaram, manovai sarvato mukham. Now, one step further. See, friends, whatever is experienced in the dream, we discard it just as a dream. All experiences happen only in the mind. Either accept the dream as real or condemn the waking as real. Either write an autobiography of a dreamer or don't write an autobiography of a waker. The status of waker and dreamer is 100% the same. Like in every dream, there is a separate dreamer. Equally true, in every waking experience, the waker is separate. Then where from this body comes? That body comes because we have random flowers. So we take the flowers one by one and make a garland out of it. And then we discuss about a garland, how beautiful it is. But it's a very big garland, and how colorful, arrangement of the flowers, beautiful, very nice. Then you cut the thread, separate all the flowers along with the thread, you keep it. Now the question is, where the garland has gone? Every waker of every day, every waker of every experience is like a flower, like a fool. And all these fools are put together by the thread of consciousness. And a garland of non existing entity, I is born. Right from beginning, we have no experience of birth. Somebody tells, this is your date of birth. See, friends, and this is the time. You will just observe, this is what I enjoy my life. Anybody is, this Kundali you see, nobody is born at a round figure. 738. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. And then this Pandit tells, had you born, maybe 1 minute later, you would have been President of America. इनको हमेशा जल्दी रहती है. Can there be more happiness than this? Friends, that 738, where from it has come? There are dozens of them delivering, and this one nurse is. So, is she waiting? Neither the baby knows, nor the mother knows, nor the nurse knows, nor the father knows, and yet he is born 738. Look. And on the basis of that, all the graha come in their kundali. Can there be more fun than this? Mano vai gaganakaram, mano vai sarvato mukham. See? And manotitam manas sarvam. And the truth is, everything is the mind, and yet the mind is beyond everything. All waves are in the ocean, and yet the ocean is beyond all waves. Can we say the summation, the total of all the waves is equal to ocean? See, friends, summation of the finite is not equal to the infinite. But in the infinite, the finite can be imagined. Can we say total space is total of the 10 directions? No, much more than that. See, my friends, therefore, manotitam manas sarvam. Although everything is in the mind, yet the mind is beyond everything. Waking is in the mind, but mind is beyond the waking experiences. Vision is in all the colors and forms, but vision is beyond all colors and forms. Without the vision, no color and form can be established. But in spite of that, the vision is not influenced by any one of them. Manotita manasarvam, and the ultimate is na manaha paramarthataha. There is no mind at all. See, no mind. Show the mind where it is. See, my friends, and therefore, in free Bollywood dance invitation, how much will be the crowd? Whole your New York and New Jersey will go there. Free. Then second place, the hospitals. Huge crowds. Temples, huge crowds. So those who gather for the Bollywood show free, they are bhogi, indulgent. Those who go to the hospital, nobody gets invitation from the hospital. Will you please come to our hospital? No, we ourselves go. Why? Rogi, unhealthy. Then the third place, we go to the temples. Huge crowds. For what? Kami. Oh God, I want to do this thing, please do this thing. So, bhogi, rogi and kami. These places you get lot of crowds. The fourth place, gym. Go to any gym in the world. They give you so many freebies. 1 month free. You will get fresh towel. You will get nutritious drink after your exercise. And free coach. But come. And yet, all the machines are standing there. Arey, koi to aao. Hardly there will be 1 or 2 people, because who goes to gym? Those who are healthy and want to maintain the health, they go. Exactly the same way, our satsanga is like gym. Here you will not get bhog. We will not cure your disease. Swamiji, मेरे कमर में दर्द है, हाथ लगाओ. मैं हाथ नहीं लगाता, मैं लात लगाता. How simple it is. No bhog, no rog, no calm. Swamiji, I should get married. You please do something. Are yaar, I could not get myself. How can I get married? So if we are falling in one of the categories, that is the bhogi, rogi and kami, you have come to a wrong place. See friends, this is what it says. Manotitam manasarvam namanaha paramarthataha. Essentially, there is nothing like mind. Now, what is that? Nothing like mind is the topic which requires a non-sleepy mind. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.